Senior Intelligence Officer Thex-RA stared at the pulsing holographic display before him, his 4 eyes blinking in rapid succession as he processed the information. The message was clear: Earth status, beyond reach, maximum threat level, direct contact prohibited. In his 3 centuries of service to the Galactic Intelligence Bureau, he had never seen such a classification. Analyst Xenovi, explain this anomaly, he commanded, his crystalline voice resonating through the pristine white chamber of the Centauri Intelligence Hub. The young analyst, her scaled skin shifting colors with nervous energy, approached the display. Sir, the classification was upgraded following the 7th Fleet's attempted observation mission. We lost contact with all 37 ships. Thex-RA's outer membrane flickered with disbelief. An entire fleet? Impossible. The humans barely have interplanetary capabilities. That's what makes this situation unique, sir, Xenovi continued, pulling up additional data streams. According to our long-range observations, Earth appears to be a level 3 civilization, barely capable of reaching their own moon. But our probes tell a different story. The holographic display shifted to show footage from the edge of the Sol system. What appeared to be primitive satellites and space debris suddenly transformed, revealing advanced weapon systems and cloaking technology far beyond what should be possible for their development stage. They're hiding, Thex-RA realized, his voice barely a whisper. But why? And from whom? Xenovi pulled up another file, this one marked with the highest security clearance. Sir, we've discovered something in the ancient archives. Earth wasn't just another evolving world, it was a sanctuary, a place where the old ones left their most dangerous creations. The display showed historical data from over 50,000 years ago. Earth had been visited countless times, but every civilization that attempted to establish contact either disappeared or fled, warning others to stay away. The humans weren't just another species discovering the stars, they were the guardians of something far more ancient and terrible. The humans know, Xenovi explained. They've always known. Their apparent technological limitations are a facade. They maintain the appearance of a developing world while harboring capabilities that rival or exceed our own. Thex-RA absorbed this information with growing concern. The implications were staggering. If Earth had been hiding such power, what else were they concealing? The recent disappearance of the 7th Fleet wasn't an act of aggression, it was a warning. Sir, Xenovi's voice trembled slightly, there's more. We've detected quantum signatures around Earth that match nothing in our databases. They're not just protecting their world, they're protecting something inside it. The senior officer made a decision that would reshape galactic policy. Upgrade Earth's classification to beyond reach. No contact, no observation, no approach. Whatever the humans are guarding, whatever they've become, we're not ready to know. As Thex-RA prepared his report for the High Council, a final piece of data caught his attention. Earth's moon, previously thought to be a natural satellite, showed signs of being artificial, an ancient construct disguised as a celestial body. The humans hadn't just inherited advanced technology, they had become its masters. Xenovi, he said, delete all probe data from the Sol system. Mark Earth as a restricted zone. Whatever's happening there, the humans have proven one thing, they're not the primitive species we thought they were. They're something far more dangerous, they're patient. The young analyst nodded, initiating the data purge. As the files disappeared, she couldn't help but wonder what other secrets Earth held. The humans had fooled the entire galaxy into thinking they were barely space-capable, while in reality, they were among the most advanced beings in known space. As the last files vanished, Thex-RA added a final note to Earth's classification: they're not trapped on their world-developing space flight. They're standing guard. And we would do well to let them continue their vigil undisturbed. The warning was clear: Earth wasn't beyond reach because it was primitive. It was beyond reach because approaching it meant facing powers that even the galaxy's most advanced civilizations feared to confront. The humans weren't just protecting their world, they were protecting the galaxy from what lay within it. Commander RYX stood at the helm of the Stellar Vanguard, the most advanced stealth vessel in the Andromeda Defense Fleet. Their mission was simple: observe Earth from a distance, without repeating the mistakes of the Seventh Fleet. The disappearance of 37 ships had sent shockwaves through the galactic community, but the High Council's curiosity outweighed their fear. "Quantum drive disengaging," reported Navigator Lith, her bioluminescent appendages pulsing with concentration. "We're entering the Kuiper Belt." No signs of detection. RYX's metallic exoskeleton hummed with tension. The ship's stealth systems were beyond anything the humans should be able to detect, or so they believed. "Maintain distance. Begin passive scans only." The bridge crew worked in silence, their various alien physiologies adapted to their specialized roles. They were the best of the best, chosen for this mission because of their experience in covert operations. But something felt different about this assignment. "Commander," called out Sensor Officer Vex, his crystalline form refracting the bridge's soft light. "I'm detecting unusual energy signatures from what appears to be human mining operations on Mars." RYX moved to the sensor station, studying the readings. The humans' Mars colonies were supposed to be primitive outposts, struggling to survive in the harsh environment. Instead, the energy output suggested something far more sophisticated. "Magnify Sector 7, RYX ordered. The holographic display zoomed in on a seemingly abandoned mining crater. As they watched, the crater's surface shimmed and disappeared, revealing a massive facility beneath. "By the void," whispered Lith, "they've mastered phase technology." Phase technology was theoretical even among the most advanced galactic civilizations. The ability to shift matter between dimensional planes was considered impossible without causing catastrophic energy distortions. Yet here were the humans, using it to hide entire installations. "Sir." Vex's voice carried an edge of panic. "Multiple signatures approaching from the dark side of Mars. They're using our own stealth technology against us." RYX's tactical training kicked in. "Impossible. Our stealth systems were developed by the Arcturus Collective. No other species has ever." The bridge plunged into darkness as their primary systems suddenly failed. Emergency lights cast an eerie glow across the confused faces of the crew. On the main viewer, a dozen sleek vessels appeared, their design unlike anything in the galactic database. "This is Earth Defense Command," a calm human voice transmitted across all frequencies. "Your presence has been monitored since you entered the Sol system. Your attempts at stealth have been noted and countered. You will power down all remaining systems and prepare for boarding." RYX felt a chill run through his exoskeleton. These humans hadn't just detected them, they had been waiting, testing their responses, analyzing their capabilities. "How?" he demanded. "How did you know our stealth technology?" The human voice carried a hint of amusement. "Commander RYX, we've known about the Arcturus Collective's stealth systems since they first developed them. After all, where do you think they got the initial research data?" The revelation hit RYX like a gravitational wave. The humans hadn't reverse-engineered advanced technology, they had been its source all along. The various species of the galaxy had been developing what the humans allowed them to develop, following paths laid out centuries in advance. As the human ships surrounded them, RYX noticed something even more disturbing. The vessels weren't armed with any visible weapons. They didn't need to be. Their very presence was a demonstration of power, the power to render the galaxy's most advanced stealth ship blind and helpless without firing a shot. "Your ship will be returned to the edge of the solar system," the human continued. "You will carry a message back to your council. Earth is not hiding from the galaxy. We are not developing in isolation. We are exactly where we choose to be, doing exactly what we have always done." "And what is that?" RYX found himself asking. "Watching. Waiting." ensuring that certain technologies are discovered in the right order, by the right species, at the right time. Your civilization isn't ready for what we protect here. When you are, we will find you. As the stellar vanguard was escorted to the solar system's edge, RYX understood why Earth had been classified as beyond reach. It wasn't a primitive world struggling to join the galactic community. It was an ancient guardian, carefully orchestrating the technological evolution of countless species, all while maintaining the illusion of its own limited development. The humans weren't trapped on their world, they were its wardens, keeping secrets that the galaxy wasn't ready to understand. And as his ship prepared to return home, RYX realized that the greatest mystery wasn't Earth's hidden strength, but why such power chose to remain hidden at all. First Contact Specialist Zaira Patel sat in her office aboard the International Space Station Zeus, Earth's public face to the galaxy. The walls were decorated with artifacts from hundreds of worlds, gifts from various alien civilizations who believed they were dealing with humanity's highest diplomatic authority. If they only knew the truth. Through her quantum-enhanced window, she watched a Centaurian diplomatic vessel dock. Unlike previous alien visitors who came seeking Earth's supposed primitive technology, this one was different. The passenger manifest listed only one name, Professor Nix Von, the galaxy's leading expert in pre-civilization artifacts. They're getting closer to the truth, mused Zaira, adjusting her seemingly simple business suit, a garment that contained more advanced technology than most alien battleships. The quantum comm in her cerebral implant pulsed softly. Defense Command acknowledges. Proceed with caution. The airlock cycled, and Professor Nix Von entered. The Centaurian's crystalline form shifted colors in the station's light, a sign of barely contained excitement. Representative Patel, thank you for agreeing to this meeting. Zaira gestured to a chair specially designed for Centaurian physiology. Professor, your request was intriguing. You wish to discuss the precursor artifacts? Yes, Nix Von's form pulsed with scholarly enthusiasm. My research suggests that Earth isn't just another world that the precursors visited. It was their final destination. Zaira maintained her diplomatic smile, but her implant registered elevated activity in the station's defensive systems. This alien was dangerously close to understanding. An interesting theory, Professor. But surely our limited technological development is a lie, Nix Von interrupted, their crystalline structure now glowing with intensity. A masterful one, maintained for millennia. But a lie nonetheless. The room's temperature dropped several degrees as hidden defense systems prepared for activation. Zaira's implant flashed warning signals, but she raised a hand, silently ordering the systems to stand down. Continue, Professor. The precursors didn't just visit Earth, they merged with it. With you. Humanity isn't protecting precursor technology, humanity is the precursor technology. Evolution guided by design, creating a species capable of wielding powers that nearly destroyed the galaxy eons ago. Zaira stood, walking to the quantum window. The Earth below shimmered with hidden energy fields, invisible to most alien sensors. And if you're right, Professor? What then? Then we need your help, Nix Von's voice carried desperate urgency. The galaxy is changing. The barriers between dimensions are weakening. Ancient systems are reactivating. We found this in the Arcturus sector. The professor projected a hologram showing a massive structure, its architecture unmistakably precursor in origin. Zaira's implant immediately classified the image, matching it to files so secret even most of Earth's leadership didn't know they existed. The Nexus key, she whispered. You recognize it, Nix Von observed. Then you know what it means. The precursors built a network of these devices throughout the galaxy. If they activate, reality itself could be rewritten, Zaira finished. She turned back to the professor, her diplomatic facade falling away. You understand that by revealing this knowledge, you've placed yourself in a difficult position. I understand that humanity's technological restraint isn't weakness, it's wisdom. You could have conquered the galaxy ages ago. Instead, you chose to guide, to protect, to prepare us all for something bigger. Zyra's implant received new instructions from Defense Command. The message was brief but clear: trust protocol authorized. Professor, Zyra said, her suit shimming as it revealed its true technological nature, would you like to know why Earth was classified as beyond reach? The Centaurian's crystalline form vibrated with anticipation. More than anything. Because what we guard here isn't just technology or weapons. It's a choice, the same choice the precursors faced. Ultimate power, and the wisdom to know when not to use it. Zyra gestured, and the station's walls became transparent, revealing the true face of human civilization, a network of quantum energy fields, dimensional anchors, and technological marvels beyond even the professor's imagination. The Nexus keys were never meant to be weapons, she continued. They're tools of creation, capable of reshaping reality itself. The precursors didn't vanish, they became us, seeding their knowledge into our very DNA, waiting for the day when the galaxy would need their power again. Nix Von absorbed this revelation with academic wonder. And that day is coming, isn't it? That's why humanity maintains its deception. You're not just protecting the galaxy from this power. We're preparing it, Zyra confirmed. Every piece of technology we've allowed to spread, every scientific advancement we've guided, it's all been leading to this moment. The question is, Professor, are you ready to help us prepare your people for what comes next? The Centaurian's crystalline form settled into a deep, resolute blue. Where do we begin? As Zyra prepared to share humanity's greatest secrets with their first true alien ally, she couldn't help but smile at the irony. Earth wasn't beyond reach because it was too powerful to approach. It was beyond reach because only those who understood the value of restraint could ever truly reach it. The quantum alarms across Sol system blared simultaneously as reality itself shuddered. Within Earth's hidden command center, buried deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, Director Kai Nomura watched as holographic displays showed Nexus keys activating across the galaxy. Status report, he commanded, his voice steady despite the chaos unfolding around him. Lieutenant Reina Vega's fingers danced across neural interfaces as she processed incoming data. 17 Nexus keys have activated in the last hour. The dimensional barriers are destabilizing faster than our models predicted. The Arcturus key is already at 80% power. Kai's augmented vision highlighted critical data streams as they poured in. The deception they'd maintained for millennia was about to become impossible to sustain. Contact Professor Nix Von. It's time to implement the Revelation Protocol. On the main display, the professor's crystalline form materialized. Behind them, the Galactic Council chamber was in an uproar as reports of the activating keys flooded in. Director Nomura, the Council is demanding answers. The key's energy signatures match perfectly with Earth's quantum field. As expected, Kai replied. Are the quantum stabilizers in place? Yes, but... Nix Von's form flickered with concern. The Council has voted to send the combined fleet to Earth. They believe you've lost control of the precursor technology. Admiral Vex Ree is leading them personally. A ghost of a smile crossed Kai's face. Excellent. Everything is proceeding exactly as the precursors predicted. He turned to Reina. Begin the awakening sequence. It's time to show the galaxy what Earth really is. Across the solar system, humanity's carefully maintained facade began to fall away. The moon's surface rippled as ancient mechanisms activated, revealing it to be a massive precursor installation. Mars's polar caps dissolved, unveiling cities that had been hidden for millennia. Jupiter's great red spot stabilized, showing itself to be a dimensional gateway large enough to swallow worlds. The combined fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the solar system, 5,000 ships representing every major galactic power. Admiral Vexry's command boomed across all frequencies. Earth Defense Command, power down your precursor devices immediately or face the consequences. Kai opened a channel to the fleet. Admiral, I'm afraid you misunderstand the situation. We're not activating the keys, we're preventing them from being activated prematurely. Lies. Vexry snarled. Our sensors show your quantum signatures all over the galaxy. Of course they do, Kai replied calmly. Because Earth isn't just another world with precursor ruins. Earth is the master control system for the entire network. The keys aren't weapons or power sources, they're lockdowns, preventing something far more dangerous from awakening. On cue, the space between Earth and the Moon seemed to fold, revealing a massive structure that defied conventional physics. The combined fleet sensors went haywire as they detected technology so advanced it might as well have been magic. This, Kai continued, is the true face of Earth. We are the descendants of those you call precursors, but we're also their wardens. They didn't give us their technology, they made us to be living keys, encoded with the knowledge and responsibility to prevent their greatest mistake from repeating. The structure between Earth and Moon pulsed with energy, sending quantum waves across the galaxy. Wherever they touched a nexus key, its power levels began to stabilize. The keys are activating now because the threat the precursors feared is returning. They built this system, created us, and then transformed themselves into pure energy to power the lockdown. But the locks are failing, and what they imprisoned is breaking free. Admiral Vexry's voice had lost its confrontational edge. What did they imprison? Themselves, Kai answered. Their own worst impulses, their own hubris given form. The precursors couldn't trust themselves with the power to reshape reality, so they split themselves in two, one part became us, the Guardians, and the other. As if in response, a massive tear in spacetime appeared at the edge of the solar system. Through it, something vast and incomprehensible began to emerge. The other part became that, Kai finished. And now, Admiral, you have a choice. You can either help us finish what the precursors started, or you can watch reality itself unravel as their darker nature breaks free. The combined fleet hung in space, watching as humanity's greatest deception was finally revealed. They hadn't been hiding their power out of fear or strategy, they had been hiding it because they were the galaxy's last line of defense against a threat that could unmake existence itself. And as the tear in reality grew larger, Kai Nomura prepared to reveal humanity's final secret, the true purpose of Earth's classification as beyond reach. It wasn't a warning to stay away, it was a promise that when the final battle came, humanity would ensure that the horror the precursors had locked away would remain forever beyond the reach of our reality. The entity that emerged through the dimensional tear defied description, a writhing mass of quantum possibilities and unfettered creative power. The darker half of the precursors, untethered from wisdom or restraint, reached across space with tendrils of pure possibility. Director Kai Nomura stood in Earth's command center, watching as reality buckled under the entity's presence. All stations, initiate Protocol Omega. Authorization, humanity stands guard. Across the solar system, hidden installations thousands of years old hummed to life. The Moon's surface completely dissolved, revealing its true nature as a massive quantum computer designed to calculate and counter every possible timeline. Mars blazed with energy as ancient terraforming engines reversed their purpose, channeling power into Earth's defensive grid. Combined fleet, Kai broadcast, take position behind Jupiter's orbital line. What happens next isn't for you to face. Admiral Vexry's voice crackled through quantum static. With respect, Director, this threatens all reality. We stand with Earth. Lieutenant Reina Vega's hands flew across neural interfaces. Sir, the entity is attempting to rewrite local physics. Timeline degradation in progress. Professor Nixvon's crystalline form pulsed with scholarly excitement even amid the crisis. Fascinating. It's not just changing reality, it's trying to remove the very concept of limitations. And that's exactly why the precursors split themselves, Kai said, his augmented vision processing multiple timeline possibilities simultaneously. Ultimate power without wisdom or restraint doesn't create, it unmakes. The precursors realized this too late, after they'd already reshaped countless galaxies according to their whims. The entity's presence pressed against Earth's quantum shields, probing for weaknesses. Where its touch landed, matter transformed into increasingly bizarre configurations as physics itself began to unravel. They couldn't destroy this part of themselves, Kai continued, initiating the final sequences. It was too fundamental to what they were. So they divided their essence, wisdom and restraint became humanity, power and possibility became that thing, and the keys were created to keep the two separated. Sir! Reyna called out. The entity is attempting to access the moon's quantum core. If it succeeds. It won't, Kai assured her. Because now we know why Earth was classified as beyond reach. Not because we were too powerful to approach, but because what we guard must remain forever beyond the reach of unrestrained power. The moon's quantum core pulsed with blinding energy as billions of calculated timelines converged on a single point. The entity recoiled as it recognized what was happening. You see, Kai explained to the watching fleet, humanity wasn't just created to guard reality. We were designed to be living quantum locks, our very existence a paradox that the entity cannot solve. We are simultaneously the most advanced species in the galaxy and the most restrained, the most powerful and the most careful. The entity lashed out with reality-warping power, but everywhere it touched, human quantum signatures were already present, stabilizing spacetime through sheer force of will and wisdom. We are what the precursors wished they had been, Kai declared as the final sequence activated. Power tempered by wisdom, strength bound by choice, advancement guided by responsibility. We are their better selves, created to ensure their worst impulses never break free. The moon's quantum core reached critical convergence. Streams of pure probability erupted from its surface, each carrying the weight of humanity's chosen restraint. The entity tried to rewrite them, but found itself caught in an infinite loop of quantum calculations that all led to the same conclusion: some powers must remain beyond reach. Now! Kai commanded. Every human in the solar system focused their quantum-enhanced consciousness on a single purpose. The moon's core flashed with impossible brightness as it executed the final calculation, not how to destroy the entity, but how to bind it with something stronger than any physical lock: choice. Reality twisted, folded, and reformed. The entity found itself bound not by chains or forces, but by the one thing it couldn't rewrite, the freely chosen restraint that humanity represented. Every human was a living reminder of what the precursors had learned, that true power lies not in the ability to change everything, but in the wisdom to know what should remain unchanged. The dimensional tier sealed itself as the entity was drawn back, bound once more by humanity's paradoxical nature. The nexus keys across the galaxy pulsed once and went dark, their purpose fulfilled. In the aftermath, as the combined fleet watched in awe, Earth's true face remained unveiled. The moon resumed its disguise as a natural satellite, Mars pulled its ancient cities back beneath its red sands, and Jupiter's dimensional gateway closed once more. This is why Earth is beyond reach, Kai told the assembled fleet. Not because we hide our power, but because we choose not to use it. Not because we fear contact, but because we guard a truth the galaxy must learn on its own, that the most important power is the power to say no to power itself. Admiral Vexry's voice carried newfound respect. And now? Will Earth remain hidden? Kai looked at Professor Nix Von, who had helped bridge the gap between humanity and the galaxy. No. The time for hiding is past. But the time for teaching has just begun. After all, the entity will try again, and when it does, humanity won't stand guard alone. As the combined fleet prepared to return home, they carried with them a new understanding. Earth wasn't beyond reach because it was too powerful to approach. It was beyond reach because it represented a pinnacle that every civilization must climb on its own, the understanding that true advancement lies not in what you can do, but in what you choose not to do. And in the quantum heart of the moon, the calculations continued, preparing for the day when the entity would try again. But this time, humanity wouldn't face it alone. Because sometimes, the greatest strength lies not in being beyond reach, but in reaching out to others and teaching them why some powers should remain forever untouched.